The Great Ocean Road, Australia's most famous road trip. Pristine coastlines meet the dense jungle rainforests. Well, we've all been lied to. Today we want to uncover what the tourism boards and the famous influencers won't show you.
Big nasty fine.
And they've got a freaking oil rig parked out off. We want to uncover the dangers.
Guess who we run into? Border Force.
The abuse.
And
the silent killers of this famous road.
Instagram versus reality.
This is the Great Ocean Road, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Some people bag Victoria.
We're tackling the Great Ocean Road from west to east, and we want to show you the version of the famous road that no one shows you, highlighting the good, the bad, and the ugly, and showing you the ultimate itinerary with tips and tricks you need to know before hitting this coastline. So often people show you the beautiful photos and videos of this Great Ocean Road. We want to show you what goes on behind the cameras so you guys know what to expect.
Radio, how good's this rear bar on this caravan? It's actually acting as a tripod right now. How often do you guys both see us on camera?
Yeah, I know, without us holding it. But we are at the grotto on the Great Ocean Road right now, and this is my personal favourite one. There's really not much here, but it's such a scenic, pretty spot. So
last time we were here, well, the camp we're about to show you, last time we were at this camp, we almost got attacked by a big boomaroo like this. He had like the big
shirt on this time.
He had the big pecs and he had the big arms. So we'll go have a look at him. Hopefully he's still there. He's probably grown 2 inches since then if he's been eating his carrots and his greens.
That has nothing to do with what we're about to do now, but that's okay.
But if he eats his greens, he'll be growing big and strong.
Is there any other blokes out there that just get towed up by their missus at walking fast? Like, Sarah's legs are like half the size of mine, but she can just walk that quick. I don't know if it's a lady thing or if it's just, I suck at walking, but
Just to be, things to see.
the first thing that may shock you is having to queue up for photos in iconic spots. That's the con. The pro is the spot is normally breathtaking, and having a queue of people means you always get a photo of you taken in front of these spots. But I must add, having to hip and shoulder people and jostle for position for a photo does take away from the beautiful location.
Sorry.
Look at this here. Some of these tourists have never seen a machine like this. This is an absolute cutting edge machine, Leroy.
We're on our way to one of the most noticeable places in Australia. It's a landmark, it's traditionally Australian, and it is deteriorating. So every year you don't come and see this, could be the last year you might be able to see it. Anyway, on this road, the Great Ocean Road, it is so rare to see an Australian. It's so many overseas tourists, which is great, and the froth levels on these tourists.
It's so cool to see. They're just loving it.
They love Australia, but a lot of them have never seen a vehicle like Leroy before. A cutting edge machine called the Landcruiser is iconically Australian as well. So yeah, they love it, and they probably don't get many cars overseas that sort of sound a little bit like this.
Boats on the roof, I doubt.
But anyway, we're on our way to the 12 Apostles, and we are absolutely loving it. Last time we did this, we had the Armalite, the little hybrid from Urban, and it was such a good trip through here. One of the most one of the best drives you can do in Australia, I'd say. Would you say the same?
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
It's so sick, but it is touristy, so don't think that it's not. You're going to see a lot of tourists, and if that's not your thing, maybe the Great Ocean
Road isn't for you.
Yeah, anyway, let's get to the Apostles, and hopefully we can get a spot where we can see them. Instagram versus reality. Last time we were here, there was nowhere near as many cars as this. This is absolutely crazy. There's
but last time we were here, the international borders had only just been opened up.
True, because I can't say that word because we'll get banned. But yeah, that's crazy.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. And everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song.
Radio, we're at the 12 Apostles, and I think there's actually about 6 now, so it's like false advertising from the Australian government. We should all be ashamed of ourselves, but it's
pretty cool to see. You can actually see the last one that's fallen over. It's pretty sad too, because one day this is definitely not going to be here. But it's obviously touristy, but it's one thing you have to come out and see if you're coming to Australia. Interrupting the video for 1 second, iThrottle have brought out a brand new throttle controller using the latest tech in throttle controllers. It's got towing mode, winch mode, a heap of other cool modes. And for this month only, if you use the discount code SKT on the iThrottle website, on any throttle controller, you can get 10% off, free shipping, plus a battery monitor that literally does battery cranking tests, health checks on your cranking battery, so you never have a flat ever again. Plus it gives you things like GPS signals, so you know exactly where you parked your car. It's only for a limited time. It's only for about a month, and it's only while stocks last. So get in there quick, get your discount, but you have to remember the discount code SKT to get that iThrottle special deal on any throttle controller. Back to the video.
How beautiful are the 12 Apostles? Now here's a camera trick. It's easy for me to make it seem like we have this place to ourselves. I try not to film random people, but I must add, behind the camera there is maybe 50 other humans. I've been told that in the mornings is even more hectic. So a little tip for the 12 Apostles is go at sunset.
Rightio, we're coming up to our next spot and we've timed it perfectly for the sunset. It's absolutely spectacular here, but isn't it ironic that they're going to be building a $12 million resort right at... $126 million resort at
a visitor centre.
At the 12 Apostles.
You can tell who did the research here.
Yeah, and they've got a freaking oil rig parked out off the the Great Ocean Road here. Like, it's not that far offshore either, which is crazy. I would never have thought they would have got approval for any of that sort of stuff, but you know, it's so hectic. But anyway, how good is this? This is Gibson Steps. And you can see why it's called Gibson Steps. This spot's better than your Uncle Mark's homemade fruitcake. And look at Sarah, she's in her element, getting all the tourist shots. Bang, sunset.
Normally I don't weigh in on things like this, but it's hard not to laugh at this situation. The Great Ocean Road is one of the most fragile coastlines with extremely fast deterioration. This place will literally not be here soon, and as you could expect, the conservation rules and restrictions here for us travellers and tourists are extreme, and that is to minimise our footprint and impact. And to be honest, I think that's fair enough too. But there seems to be a separate set of rules here for us peasants. Haha, you'll get yelled at for stepping off the footpath, but clearing huge amounts of land and native wildlife to make way for $120 million of structure and parking oil rigs just off the coast is fine. It's really hard to take seriously.
Rightio, this is the spot with the rogue big boomers in here, and I'm not talking about people over 65 either. I'm talking the big kangaroos, and this is a sick camp. It's called Princeton Reserve. It's a little bit expensive now, but we're gonna have a crack here to see if we can get in. It says no vacancies online, so it's dark right now. If we can't get in here, we're absolutely buggered. So
Oh, it's like empty.
oh yeah, sweet. It must be a website issue then. Check this out. We're coming into our side out here and check out how many boomers there are around. Well, they're my brakes. Not an angry boomer.
No, they don't want to move at all. Little Joey.
Come on, mate. Come on, skip. There we go. They're not scared of a car, but they're scared of a 5'2" blonde lady.
Little Joey. That's us. We got this whole area.
Good morning. We've done all those morning things, had a shave, and there is hundreds of kangaroos around our camp. Anyway, funny story, yesterday we're at the Apostles, and there's probably like 200 people around there, like tourists everywhere. Well, we're tourists as well, but international tourists is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of them, you know, don't know much about Australia. They haven't been here long. So when they hear an Australian talk, they sort of take what we say literally. Now, we're all looking, there was probably about a group of, you know, 10, 20, 30 tourists, international tourists, looking at this little wallaby. And we rock up, and I jokingly said, oh, that one looks delicious. And they all turned around and looked at me and like, and were so shocked. And so funny that they'll probably go home and tell their friends, you know, Australians are crazy. They were almost so offended that I said that kangaroo looks delicious. It was so freaking funny. Another thing that was happening too is that we're walking along these sort of tracks into these tourist attractions, and that everyone kept looking at my feet, and I couldn't work out why they were looking at my feet, because I actually realised once I got back to the car that they'd probably never seen a pair of shoes like this. Now these are like one of the most Australian pairs of footwear, and that is the trucky thong, and they're a big wide thong. They're almost like a max track, and they're so comfortable. Big footprints, and for walking on all sorts of terrain, these are what you want. They've probably never ever seen shoes like that. So when you've been in the hot weather for the last 3 years, it is really, really nice to get into this sub 10 weather. And we're just warming up Leroy because we are heading up the mountains today, and we're heading into the Otway National Park. It's something that we've never done. We're absolutely frothing to get out there.
Now here's a safety tip for you. As you get past Princeton, the roads get steep, always wet and slippery, and they also get tight. If you're a heavy vehicle or you're towing, I suggest double checking your brakes, because what I'm about to show you is the real danger of the Great Ocean Road.
We're just driving up to this next camp spot, and I don't know if you can see over here, but a bus has slid off the road down into a paddock because it's all muddy in winter and wet and slippery. And that is going to be a serious operation to get this out. I'll show you a quick shot of it, but absolutely crazy scenes here on the Great Ocean Road. You definitely don't want to lose brakes or handbrakes or any sort of safety equipment on this road. It is no joke. It's not hard at all. You just really cherish your brakes, that's all. So we're just waiting for him to hook up. There's a fair bit of block and tackling going on with the hook up, because I don't reckon this bus has like a good recovery point, but like we always talk about recoveries off-road and stuff, but this is next level. Like they're talking tens and tens of tons of metal down a steep muddy hill. So I'm so keen to see if this actually works. I'm skeptical. This is an event that's bigger than the Melbourne Cup. The event that stopped the nation. So what happened was, it was up behind them trucks, it rolled, no one in it, down this ditch, into them bloody trees there, eh? What the? What is those? Rightio, so we just went in for a pie at bloody Yahtzee's Cafe there, and must I say,
Good pie.
super good pies. Anyway, we just went in there for a pie, ended up with a show. That was so cool watching that bus get pulled out. I must add that the handbrake failed, and the bus actually rolled about 200 metres, probably almost more.
And there was no one in the bus.
No one in the bus.
No one was hurt. When it crossed the main road here, not that it's a very busy town, but there was no traffic or anything, so it literally just went straight across the road and no one was hurt, which is so good.
Insane. And there was only kids on that bus like 20 minutes before that happened. That bus was full of kids, which is just crazy. But the handbrake failed apparently, so that's what caused it. And it brought the whole town out, so no one was injured, and that's why we were mucking around back there and, you know, having a laugh and stuff. Everyone was having a laugh. It brought the whole community together, which was crazy. It
reminded me so much of home.
Yeah,
everyone just knew everyone.
Apart from us, obviously.
Yeah, we were out. Everyone coming up, they're like, where are you guys from? Just on our way into Beauchamp Falls campground. This one is a free camp, but it's a very small campground. I think there's only a few spots that will fit a caravan from the reviews that we've read, so hopefully we'll get our spot in there.
Bloody steep country out here. It's super steep, beautiful terrain. No, you won't see any drone clips of this video, because this is one place where they really advise not to use drones. Big nasty fine.
Rightio, public service announcement. We know you guys have been hanging out for this giveaway with Tanami, and we are giving you guys the chance to win a $3,500 draw system for absolutely free. If you haven't checked them out, Tanami Full Drive, and we have a discount code with this now, don't we?
We do.
SKT, if you state that code to these guys, they're going to give you 5% off any draw system. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out how you can enter and win this $3,500 draw system for absolutely free.
Okay, so we've just come 5 minutes down the road from camp and we're at Hopeton Falls, and this one looks absolutely stunning in the photos, but it's a very short walk, so we should be there very soon.
I do not recommend bringing your caravan in here though. There's nowhere to turn around and it's a very skinny track, but it is so sick. You're definitely going to come have to do this. It feels like we're about to run into Tarzan and Jane out here.
I present ADHD Chats, presented by Dopamine and Cappy.
Whoa, that is so sick. I reckon the ambient air is about 10 degrees. I reckon the water should be about 4. It'd be an ice bath in there, but apparently there's some platypus or platypi, I think plural terms are for platypus, and they're in here. So we're gonna have a quick look for them, but they're sneaky little buggers. And did you know platypus are actually venomous? There's a little fun fact for you. Don't ask me how they're venomous, but they are. So we'll have a quick look and then we'll go have a look at the redwoods, I think, because that's the next thing you've got to do if you come to the Otways. Rightio, we didn't see any platypi, but one thing I do want to add is that there's a substantial amount of moisture in this forest now. It is the perfect breeding ground for things like moss, mushrooms, and if you wanted to get pretty cooked in the bush and off your chops, this would be the place to do it, but you could potentially die. So friendly reminder, do not eat mushrooms because you could die, and yeah, so only some of them make you go off your chops. Don't ask me how I know.
Kids, don't listen.
Rightio folks, strap in because I've got one hell of a story for you. Just happened now. It's a revelation now. We pulled up here to the redwood forest. These are Californian redwood trees that grow taller than the Liberty statue in bloody America, whatever it's called.
Statue of Liberty.
Sydney Statue of Tower. Anyway, we're in here. Guess who we run into? Border Force. Here they go. They're taking off now. Border Force was in here. I walked up to him not thinking he was Border Force. I thought he was the cops. And I said, hey mate, are you guys in here looking for magic mushrooms? Is this where they grow? And he looks at me and he goes, no, I'm actually looking for refugees.
And then started asking you where you were from.
And then he started interrogating me thinking that I was a refugee. And I was like, mate, have a look at me. Look at me footwear. Does it look like I'm a refugee in these bad boys?
No, I think he was trying to see if he had to keep an eye on you and the mushrooms.
Anyway, they're not looking for magic mushrooms, they're looking for refugees, but what a crazy story. I would never come inland to the Great Ocean Road if I was a refugee. Stay away from this joint, they're hot on it, folks. But let's check it out. These trees are massive.
Cut the stars, look how they shine for you. And everything you do.
Ready?
Yeah. That's a video.
Another safety tip, and this caught us out. 5 years we've been traveling full time and we are still learning the hard way and making mistakes. And this is what happens when you don't double check your road route. A lot of these roads in the Otways and on the Great Ocean Road turn into goat tracks without any warning, so there's nowhere to turn around. So it's very, very important that you pick the right roads, especially if you're towing. Rightio, we have grabbed the van and we are heading down back towards the Great Ocean Road. So we've been up in the mountains in the redwoods, the Otways, and now we're going back down towards Apollo Bay. Now, the roads out here are probably not caravan friendly. And the road itself is just when there's logging trucks coming the other way, and it's almost like a single lane road here. The camera's not going to do it much justice, and you're on a cliffside. So yeah, to make matters worse, it's been raining all night, so the shoulders of the road are super muddy. You don't really want to put your wheels on the shoulders. So yeah, keep vigilant, stay on channel, and should be right, fingers crossed. But the truckies know what they're doing. It's the rogue tourists that we worry about as well, that are just
Come
here on an
around on the wrong side of the road.
international license, and they're just banging around in these little rentals. And they do say the fastest cars on planet Earth are rental cars. So anyway, check this out. It's absolutely spectacular, this drive. Have a go at that.
Wow.
Little did we know that this was not a trucking road. This road could not facilitate a truck, let alone barely a caravan. We were not meant to be on this road, and we had no idea. There you go. That's why you shouldn't take your caravan down roads.
Don't trust Apple Maps.
But yeah, no, you can get yourself into trouble so easily out here. And that was proper sketchy at points on that road. That's called Turton's Track. Now, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone.
But if you're in a car, that was freaking beautiful.
Yeah, definitely unhook your van and leave your buses at home and hit that Turton's Track, because that was probably the best drive we've ever done in the rainforest, I reckon.
Bless you.
After Apollo Bay heading east, the road is spectacular. People often get worried about the logging trucks on these tight roads, but those drivers are pros. What you do need to worry about is the little white hire cars driven by God knows who, but on many occasions we had near misses with distracted drivers or people thinking Australia is a right-hand lane country. Also, look out for rogue caravanners on roads they definitely shouldn't be on. I've never taken a road I shouldn't have been on, and yeah, I don't know who I would be talking about. Woohoo! Are you kidding? Like, people, I can't believe some people bag Victoria. Like, are you serious? Like, this has got to be one of the best places in Australia. Like, honestly, it's so sick. You're driving on a cliff face in front of the most pristine coastline, massive mountains, like, it's just insane. Like, I'm frothing. Look at this. It's hard to stay safe on the road without getting distracted. It's that good. Righty, I just went for a little surf. It wasn't super successful, but the locals around here are super nice. We had a bit of lunch. How good's this backdrop?
It's so beautiful.
It's one of the coolest places. We're parked up on a cliff and just watching the waves roll in. I think Otis Redding wrote a little song about sitting on the dock of the bay just watching time. It's about 9 degrees and we couldn't be loving it more, eh?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like such a nice trip. If you can, we would highly recommend doing it Melbourne to South Australia way, because that is like, we feel like on going the opposite way, there's not as many points to pull over, and all of the really nice pullover points are on the other side of the road, so it's a bit awkward with the blind corners. Yeah. But yeah, it's just so pretty.
That's
or
probably
even
the biggest
just like
tip.
dropping your van somewhere and then going for a drive during the day.
It's easy to drive with your van on this road, don't get us wrong, but like Sarah said, the cliffs are on the side if you're driving towards Melbourne, so there's less pullover points.
And you want to stop and get photos and stuff, like, it is just
insane.
Yeah, incredible.
I don't know if it's picking it up right now, how good that looks, but yeah. I can't believe when people bag Victoria. I honestly can't believe it. They've got some of the most beautiful places in Australia.
The only thing Victoria doesn't have going for it is it's sometimes cold. Like, that is it. It is the most beautiful state ever. It's so nice. Camping free here. The national parks are actually opening it up so that everyone can free camp. I know there was a few issues with that, but you've got other states that are closing camping, and then there's Victoria that is literally making it more accessible for families. So.
Anyway, if someone's told you to skip Victoria on your lap of Australia, definitely don't do it. Definitely come check this out. There's not like many tourists around in winter. It's the time to do the Great Ocean Road. Just bring your jumper. That's all we'll say.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm just sitting in the dock of the bay, watching the time.
I'm gonna get copyrighted. Sounds too much like Otis.
Now here is the most iconic photo spot on the Great Ocean Road, and that is the sign that you drive under. Now, a lot of people come here for the photo, and with a lot of people in one area, tempers are about to fly, and we could not believe what we were witnessing.
was hectic.
That was crazy. So there's like, you get the shot of the sign, the Great Ocean Road sign, but there's like 50 million tourists around, including us, obviously.
Last time it was like just after the dreaded C word, so there was no one around. There would have been like a few other tourists, and we were able to like set the tripod up, get a little picture together, like
There's no one
everything.
around. But then someone like parked in the middle of the road, got out of their car, abused this bus driver. Like
And the bus
screaming
wasn't
at
even
him.
in the way, like at all. It was completely off the road.
But the guy parked in the middle of the road to abuse this guy, got out of his Mercedes, abused him, and then
blocked the whole Great Ocean Road.
people were behind him like, what are you doing, mate? And
I
then,
wish I filmed it now. It was chaos.
it was crazy. That was such an experience, but we got the shot. How good was that? No
And
one
we're in the
died.
background of like 1,000 other tourist photos.
So funny. But anyway, we got the shot.
Yeah.
That's it.
The other day we were at Rapid Bay and we were on TikTok last night and we were looking at this random traveller's video, and he's like pointing at the row of caravans out the front. He's like, oh, there's the great wall of seniors, and there was us right in the middle. Like, it's always crazy who you're in the background of videos.
How sick. Anyway, we're heading towards Bells Beach, so Torquay, and the Great Australian Road continues. It's just as beautiful on this side of the sign. And we are heading towards Melbourne slowly. But anyway, we're going to show you Torquay.
Slowly. Gonna
Quick.
be there tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully I get a surf at Bells, fingers crossed. And yeah, but the weather's a bit how you going today, which is fine. We've had beautiful weather, and it's just a nice scenic day to go for a drive. So hopefully we can show you some good sights. But how sick is this? Great Ocean Road 2025, the dream lap. It's got it all going.
Rightio, so the way you're going to win this draw system, you have to be subscribed to Tanami Full Drive on YouTube. So after this video, go ahead and do that. You've also got to be subscribed to us, so hit that red button down below and comment your favourite feature on our brand new caravan. Best of luck to all you guys, and we'll be drawing the winner in a month's time.